Hello everyone, welcome to Malleus Gaming. I'm your host Malleus, and today in Total Tactics, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently with this video. We're going to be covering a battle where I fight a lot of monsters all at once. So this, you could be considering this a how to fight monsters video. I was playing against a buddy of mine, Sergeant Lewis. We were having a couple of matches, and then my good buddy decided to bust out the Terracotta Sentinel Doomstack. Going into this, I was not expecting to fight such an army, so I brought a more balanced combined arm high elf force. Let's go over the units real quick. So as my general, I brought in Eltharion the Grim. He's actually my favorite high elf character on, of course, his Griffin Stormwing. Then I decided to add in some Caledorian elements. I got a Dragon Mage of Caledor on a Sun Dragon, a Star Dragon, and then 2 units of Dragon Princes of Caledor. Next up, I decided to make my main battle line consisting of 3 units of Phoenix Guard, and then 4 units of Sisters of Avalorn as backup range support. Adding to the flanks of that force, decided to add in 2 units of Silver Guard just to bump up the numbers for the main battle line a little bit. And then my fast distraction skirmishing units, I elected to take 2 units of Illyrian Reavers with bows, and then the Shadow Warrior Regiment of Renown, the Grey. I consider this a nicely balanced force for typical standard battles. However, a balanced army doesn't always work too well when against a skew list. So let's take a look at Sergeant Lewis's army. We've got a Celestial General on a flying mount. I don't know what they're called. I don't play Cathay a whole lot. He's on that flying bat-winged horse. And then, main surprise, 14 Terracotta Sentinel units. Yeah, this could be a very hard matchup. So there are a couple of things to keep in mind when fighting an army such as this. You want to isolate them when you can. Use anti-large armor-piercing attacks. Any armor-piercing attacks, really. And then if you can pin them in place with sacrificial units so your main damagers can actually get in there and take them down, that's going to be the key to victory. Well, let's see if I can use my own advice. Alright, well, here we are. I've got my high elves arranged in what would be a standard force, and upon seeing the monstrosities arranged against me, I immediately started pulling back. My Illyrian Reavers opening fire already and trying to concentrate fire, doing chip damage on a single one as they pull back. Looking at my main infantry line, I'm not gonna lie, I was incredibly intimidated by this, so immediately pulled them back. May have been better suited just staying put and opening fire already. I've got my dragons and Eltharion. Eltharion going in, chasing the general, and again concentrating fire with my Sisters of Avalorn, doing tremendous damage. Taking that thing down from like full health down to probably like a quarter, going down even more. However, they have engaged with my front lines of Phoenix Guard and Silvern Guard. Sergeant Lewis has realized the deadly potential of the Sisters of Avalorn and is trying to concentrate on them, just punching through my lines with the Terracotta Sentinels and focusing on them. Meanwhile, on my flank, got more Terracotta Sentinels just coming in. My poor Shadow Warriors not able to really do anything. So just taking pot shots as I can. My Dragon Princes I have sitting off because I don't know what to do with them at this point. So I'm just holding them off for now. And they're just going to watch as their allies get slaughtered. Over on this flank here, my Illyrian Reavers have pulled away, and I've got more Terracotta Sentinels coming in. Eltharion chasing the enemy general, who is also going after my Sisters of Avalorn. In the center, I've got Phoenix Guard, Silvern Guard, trying to hold the enemy sentinels in place. I've got an individual sentinel running off here, being attacked by more Phoenix Guard. These three sentinels going after my Sisters of Avalorn. Sisters of Avalorn are great against heavily armored large units like these sentinels. However, they can't shoot while running. These ones clumped up, took a big hit there. So we're holding off Eltharion. Send him in against these sentinels. I'm trying to get my Sisters of Avalorn out of there. Illyrian Reavers coming in with support, doing chip damage. Center line of Phoenix Guard holding, doing a fair amount of damage. Here we've got Sentinel down, engaged by my Star Dragon Phoenix Guard. I'll be trying to look to see when they get separated and picking them off. This victorious Phoenix Guard heading in to attack. Phoenix Guard, incredibly great units for taking on heavily armored large targets. Here comes a Star Dragon. Doing some good damage, able to sort of focus down that Sentinel. Here comes Eltharion. Moving in the Dragon Princes. I see a situation here. We've got these 4 Sisters of Avalorn engaged by 4 Sentinels. And I'm distracting their lord with my Illyrian Reavers. More Sentinels chasing more Sisters of Avalorn, but I'm going to do what I can to try and save this unit. So here come the Knights of Caledor. They're not super effective against these kind of monsters, but as cavalry, they should be able to sort of pin them in place better than the infantry can. Star Dragon, Phoenix Guard, almost killed this Sentinel here. Eltharion charging in as well. I'm trying to use my stronger single entity units. There goes a Sentinel. Another one charging in, though. Getting a big hit on the dragon as it was lifting off. I'm trying to use my own monsters to single out theirs. Supporting the Phoenix Guard, and then doing what I can to hold off the rest. Knights of Caledor doing adequate job of that. Although the Sisters of Avalorn look like they are about to flee. This one unit over here, just luring out this unit of, this one unit of Sisters of Avalorn is luring away this Sentinel. Here comes another one, trying to get some concentrated fire going on him, or it, whatever these things are. Although he's noticed my sisters is making a turn, and they are running away. Back in the main melee. Dragon's having some... Oh, there we go. Dragon finally landed. We're having a dragon fight versus... not Jaegers, but whatever. Close enough. Eltharion healing himself up. Dragon Princes selling their lives dearly. And looks like my Fire Mage was able to chase off the enemy's general. Hitting him with a fireball, but not enough to kill him. That's a Sentinel shooting the general as well, but they are still being pursued by another Sentinel. Looks like we got another Sentinel down here. Only one left in the middle. Although that is soon to change, as there are 2 more coming in. Okay, leaving the Phoenix Guard and Spears to handle this one. As Eltharion on the Star Dragon charging to this reinforcing Sentinel. Intercepting. Alright, Alright, looks like the Dragon Princes, I'm pulling them back. They've done more than enough. The Dragon Mage is coming in. We got 4 more damage sentinels coming in. Ooh, we got a good fire breath going on there. Unfortunately, the... what is Sun Dragon? Trying to figure out which dragon name it was. Sun Dragon's breath isn't armor piercing, but it did stun it for a second or two. Alright, my Phoenix and Spear Blob, Phoenix Guard and Spear Blob. Getting right back into the action. Got some Sisters of Avalorn, though, Survivors, and Illyrian Reavers chipping in. The Grey are just trying not to die, I suppose. There goes another Sentinel. Star Dragon and Eltharion combo. Doing well. We got more Sisters being chased by another Sentinel at the back there. So, while my Spears and Phoenix Guard have done admirably, this latest assault by 4 Sentinels at once does seem to be doing some damage to them. I've got my Fire Mage doing what I can, launching some fireballs. Dragon Prince is moving to intercept this Sentinel at the back here, while I got 2 units of Sisters of Avalorn ready to light him up once he's pinned in place. Here come another unit of Phoenix Guard who had routed earlier. We got Sisters of Avalorn shooting in. Eltharion and the Star Dragon moving in to attack this Sentinel, which is almost at full health. Kind of felt he was a priority target for them because of the amount of health he has. This melee mob, my Phoenix Guard, are very, very depleted. However, his Sentinels are going down as well. Ooh, big hit on the Grey there. This rear Sentinel here is getting shot up by Sisters of Avalorn, held in place by Dragon Princes. Doing some good damage with their volleys. Should be dead soon enough. And is this volley going to do it? Not quite. I have a Dragon Prince unit routing. The remnants of my poor Phoenix Guard being picked on. Oh, there goes another Sentinel with supporting fire from a depleted unit of Sisters of Avalorn. Sentinel at the back has fallen as well. Eltharion and the Star Dragon. Eltharion pulling back. Took some serious damage there, but healing up. Star Dragon doing some good damage, supporting fire from the remaining Illyrian Reavers. Take a look here. We've got one lone Sentinel charging off to the rear, attacking my Sisters of Avalorn. The Star Dragon should be finishing off this Sentinel soon. I've got my Illyrian Reavers charging off, Eltharion and the Fire Mage. Star Dragon! Victorious. Here we go, following the remaining units who are chasing after this last Terracotta Sentinel. This is Avalorn once again fleeing, but the Fire Mage has come in, making these Terracotta Sentinels jump. Again, the Sun Dragon isn't the best unit for taking on heavily armored single entity monsters. However, as a monster itself, it does help keep it pinned in place, which is exactly what I want, so I can get my Sisters firing. There we go. There we go. We got volleys coming in. We got some Phoenix Guard who made it in to join the fun. Star Dragon and Eltharion coming in as well. Although, from the looks of things, this should be it. Ooh. Poor Phoenix Guard got squashed there, I think. This is Babylon getting some... There we go. Well, that was an absolutely insane battle. Honestly, I am really surprised I won that. I took some extreme losses, only having 342 units remaining. But let's take a quick peek at the damage here. Surprisingly... Where'd it go? Surprisingly, one of the Silver Guard actually got a kill. They did 9,436 damage. Not bad. The other ones didn't really do anything. But let's take a look at the heavy hitters, shall we? Eltharion got a kill, doing 10,977 damage. Not bad. The Dragon Mage of Kalador, that's the actual name, not Fire Mage. I think she got the kill at the end there. Star Dragon doing some big damage. 17,241. Only got one kill, but it was extremely valuable in punching down the health on these Terracotta Sentinels. That's what they're called, right? Yes, that's what they're called. Okay. The Dragon Princes, no kills. They were basically meant to just hold things in place once I figured out what they could be used for in this battle. But between the two units did like 20,000 damage, which isn't bad. The Phoenix Guard. Here are some of the real stars, totaling 6 kills between these 3 units. Doing 23,682 damage, 12,000, another 23,000. That is awesome. These units, I am so shocked that they were able to survive the whole time. As was my opponent. There was, I distinctly remember some yelling about the Phoenix Guard being, how are they still alive? The Sisters of Avalorn, while their damage may not look that crazy, I think the most was 10,000. They were extremely valuable, though. They get 2 kills, which is good. They spent most of the time kiting around, I don't know, just a lot of Sentinels. My opponent, Sergeant Lewis, kind of fixated on them once that opening volley almost killed one of the Sentinels right then and there. So it took a lot of micro on my part, but I managed to keep them all alive. Well, not all of them, but managed to keep the 4 units alive. Surprisingly, the Grey got 2 kills. They do not do armor-piercing damage. They did 9,853, that's not bad. But they must have been just, like, picking off, like, some really weakened Sentinels. Good for them. And lastly, Illyrian Reavers, also in a similar situation to the Grey, although they didn't get any kills, but they don't do armor-piercing damage. So, I want to reiterate that I was not expecting to fight a Terracotta Sentinel army. This game was all in good fun, so no worries about being surprised there or anything. There was lots of laughs during it, and I'm still surprised I was able to pull off a win. The army I brought was more of a, I don't know, I would say more standard engagement type army. If I was fighting Sentinels, I wouldn't be bringing Illyrian Reavers or Shadow Warriors, and I would definitely be adding in a lot more Sisters of Avalorn and Phoenix Guard. But this just demonstrates some of the, I guess, better ways to engage with single entity monstrous units, especially heavily armored ones like Terracotta Sentinels. You need armor-piercing anti-large, which the Phoenix Guard and similar units bring in droves. You need armor-piercing missiles, which the Sisters of Avalorn bring in droves. Don't be afraid if your ranged units aren't opening fire. If they are able to kite the enemy around, as long as you can keep that up, you'll be able to separate them from their allies, and then you can use your own monsters, such as dragons, or your lord if it's mounted on a monstrous creature, to eliminate those isolated targets. Something else, again dealing with isolation, if your cavalry is not an anti-large armor-piercing unit, like say Demigryph Knights, they can still have a use. I was able to use them to pin enemy units in place. The monsters should be able to eventually break free of a cavalry unit, but because of their higher mass, it'll take them longer than as opposed to, say, if they were fighting an infantry. All in all, though, this was a lot of fun. Sergeant Lewis, thanks for the battle, buddy. That was crazy. Looking forward to another one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, feel free to leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, as it will really help get my channel out there in that demon-infested realm known as YouTube. If you have any questions, or if there's something in particular you'd like to see covered, please let me know in the comments. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!